there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, heartbreaking, the worst person you know just made a great point.
I'm going to tell you who WWE's top merch seller is.
An AEW star has been injured, putting creative plans on hold.
And another AEW injury update for you. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And creative stars.
This is the news.
All right, we're going to kick this one off by talking about Ryback. Probably a bit harsh calling him the worst person you know because Vince McMahon exists.
Good point, yeah.
But you know, he's an interesting guy. He's certainly had a lot to say in our comment sections.
Oh yeah.
In the past.
Hello.
And also has used slurs against us. So hey,
yeah.
I'm not. The title's fine by me. But he actually made a pretty good point about WWE's taped shows, and it's something that a lot of people think, and I think the reason it resonated is because it lands with a lot of people. But an account called Tribal Wrestling, it's one of those ones that has like a Roman Reigns or something avatar, and they just tweet the most generic stuff. Said, once again, Raw seems to be a double taping tonight. There are no tickets advertised for next week on WWE's website, which usually means the show is taped. End these taped shows already! And then a crying emoji. Having a terrible time.
They're not doing it to save money.
Ryback went in, brother. The Rye? I don't know what can we call him.
The Ryback. That's what
the Ryback. Yeah,
him.
Of course, Andy. You forgetful.
Get him, Rye.
Tell him, Rye. He said this, and he just cut a promo on this guy. Understand this. For years, talents barely had any time off. Holidays, family time, true rest, rare luxuries. They have to rush home, do laundry, repack, dry clean suits, and head back on the road. Wrestlers are human beings with lives, families, and non-stop schedules. If tape shows give them a breather, that's a good thing. So instead of spoiling it for yourself online, just enjoy the show. They work harder than any other form of entertainment year-round. Do yourself a favor, quit the whining over nothing, and show some respect to the men and women who give you some sort of meaning to your pathetic life.
Go on!
He just kicked
Go on, the Ryback.
He killed him at the end there. Great point. Great tweet.
Spot on.
Nailed it. Like, come on. People feel like they are entitled to entertainers constantly entertaining them and constantly. It's like when they go to the airport or a restaurant and bother people and demand
don't get me started.
Yeah, and get in their face and just be really, really annoying. And then they make arguments like, oh, well, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have a job. And it's like, there's people behind these things, like Jeezy Peeps.
What was it the Punk said on the Colt Cabana pod? I paid for your house.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like there are people behind all of this. I know it's shocking to believe that people are a real thing. Yeah, it's a good point, and also it's like Thanksgiving coming up. They want to give people some time off. They've given them like 10 days off over Christmas. Hamlet was saying this morning. Like it's just nice. It's good.
Why can't we just have nice things in wrestling sometimes without certain people ruining it? Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree with you. Completely agree with the Ryback on all this. Look, I get it. I'm a bit like, oh God, because it's harder than ever to avoid spoilers, obviously, for these sorts of things. But I've just tried as much as I can to not look at things that have popped up on X or just leaked online about what's going to happen on next week's Raw because it's taped or whatever it may be. But if that means, they get to spend a week at home or even just a few more days and celebrate Thanksgiving. Like you say, there's been years, I always remember the Cody Rhodes being the elite thing of like, how'd you like spending Christmas on a plane?
Yeah.
Because that's what they were doing. And as well as that, I know the schedule's changed as well, but just because they're only on your telly one day a week on Monday nights, for example, doesn't mean that's the only thing that they're doing. That's what I thought when I was about 8.
Yeah.
I was like, what a life a wrestler must be. Wrestle on a Monday, then you got 6 days off.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that, let alone with regards to travel and stuff like that as well, and filming and all the other stuff that they do and promotion. This isn't WWE trying to cut corners and be like, oh, we can save a bit of money here. Yes, sometimes they do take the shows, for example, before they go to Saudi or whatever it may be. That's slightly different. But if it's to just be nice, and they've changed their ways quite a lot under this new regime, like you say, whether it be giving people time off for Christmas or just giving people time off when they say, I'd quite like a couple of weeks off, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or whatever it may be, it's just nice. Why can't we enjoy it?
Yeah, and this is the thing. Even when they're off, right, they still have to go to the gym.
Yep.
They still have to work out. They still have to eat like broccoli and brown rice all day.
Exactly.
Like, you know, they're still putting in the work even when they're off. And also, these people get dropped on their heads and sometimes shoot punched in the face for a living when things go a little bit wrong. So, like, it's a very physically and mentally demanding job. So, the Ryback is 100% correct. He is also 100% correct on his policy on Panera Bread. If that Bryan Danielson story is true, that place is not my favorite when I go to the USA. But yeah, look, this is just like good common sense from a wrestler's perspective. So shouts to the Ryback.
Yeah, just be careful what you're saying online, or he'll pop up and lariat you into a pool.
Yeah, maybe we can make friends with the Ryback someday.
Let's hope
I'd
so.
like that.
That'd be
like
nice.
That. Yeah.
Right, bit of a quiz for you now, Andy.
Let's go.
Who do you think is WWE's top merch seller?
Is it JBL?
It's not JBL.
Why would it be JBL?
Although maybe we'll be talking about him later on today.
Oh, is he going to be in the Royal Rumble? Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you might see this guy.
Imagine someone nowadays going up to a stall at a WWE show. Have you got any JBL merch there?
Yeah. You got any JB Eel merch?
It's not JBL. Any more guesses?
Tian Sha.
No, it's not that either.
Did I get the name right, or did I mess it up?
You nailed it.
Legend. All right, final guess. The bin monster that ate one of the Viking Raiders that year.
Hey, yeah, I remember that. That was a weird time, wasn't it? It's Cody Rhodes. Surprise, surprise. Fightful coming through with a report on this one. Yeah, it's consistently been Cody Rhodes for quite some time. Now, we talked a while back about Jey Uso doing brilliantly well as well, but I mean, Cody's the guy. He's the guy in all of wrestling. It's understandable that he'll be the top merch seller. Yes, outside of occasional live events when generic WWE themed or pay-per-view random merch is collectively the top seller, it's almost always Cody. A lot of strange sort of stan accounts coming to grips with all that. But, you know, it's just obviously going to be Cody, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Coder, man. He's the franchise player. He's the babyface world champion. Good in the box office, good in the ring, good on the mic, good in a suit, good at chatty work, community work. He's just great. He's good at everything. I'm not surprised. I think, what was the story the other week? Jey Uso was selling the same as CM Punk and Roman Reigns combined for a while, something like that. So Jay's up there, Punk, Roman, name whoever else.
LA Knight will jump up there every now and again.
Yeah. I imagine Rhea Ripley's probably quite strong. So yeah, it's Cody Rhodes, man. He's box office.
Yeah.
He's a draw. He's this era's John Cena, only he isn't booked like Superman yet. I don't think he will be. He's great.
Yeah, my mate went to a WWE live show recently and did buy a Samoan werewolf t-shirt, which looks great.
I like werewolves.
Yeah.
I like Samoan werewolves.
But yeah, I mean, for the longest time, one would assume it would have been Bloodline, Roman Reigns adjacent stuff, but it's all been about Cody. We had a very interesting conversation, a little peek behind the scenes in the office yesterday of the sort of sliding doors moment of, what if Cody doesn't show up at WrestleMania 38?
Yeah.
What does WWE look like in 2024 if he just stays in AEW or just decides, you know what, I'm going to go and be a movie star or whatever? I don't know, because he is the man.
He's the guy.
The focal point for everything WWE right now.
Yeah, he's the guy, and he's going to be there for a long, long time, I think. I know for a while we like to say, well, go back to AEW one day. I'm not so sure. I think he's there for the rest of his career. Because he's doing great. So I know, like, things can change. Like a year from now, the Codyverse might happen again. Who knows? People might be like, this is a Cody guy. I don't like him anymore.
The heel turn's going to be incredible.
It's going to be when he comes down with a black suit and the black hair, brother. It's going to be sensational.
Because we know he's not afraid of doing it.
No.
This isn't Cena. And nothing against Cena, and we all know why he did it or didn't do it really back in the day. But they also have people who could step up, or you could, like, you've got Roman's flipped face recently. Yeah. You've got a million other guys you could say, they could step up. And they're not going to be the same level of star. I don't think it's Cody Rhodes. He's a very unique talent. But, yeah, he's going to be a real git.
It's going to be a piece of trash. Can't wait.
Maybe Dominic Mysterio will be the big baby face. I love him.
What a natural role for Dominic Mysterio.
Best heel in business right now, so.
He's still doing this gimmick, I see. Right. Let's talk about Willow Nightingale. She's hurt. She's hurt. She's got a concussion. She suffered a concussion, this is according to Fightful, wrestling in the CMLL Women's International Grand Prix. This was in late October, I believe. That's why you've not seen her.
Yeah.
And it has led to a delay in some tentative creative plans that were made for her in AEW. There's no word on when she'll be able to return. So concussions are extremely variable. You can be out for a week or you can be out for half a year or longer.
Yeah.
So you kind of hope it's on the shorter end of that spectrum, obviously. So they happen in wrestling. They just do. It's an inherently risky practice, and sometimes people will get concussed. The hope is that they are not out for long and that they do not suffer any long-term damage, as we've seen many people do. So there's no indication that that's the case for Willow, by the way. But, it's a concussion. They're so variable. It's a shame because Willow rocks. I think that she is somebody that honestly part of the company should be built around.
Best year ever, isn't it, for her?
Oh yeah, her strongest year ever, I think. And really, if I'm looking at the AEW Women's Division, she is Jamie Hayter as well and a few others. There's plenty of good wrestlers in that division now. I'd be building a huge title reign around her and having people feud on her. She's just an incredible babyface and a great wrestler.
Yeah, I think a while back, if you'd have said to me there's going to be another babyface that's going to come along, because I didn't really know a lot about Willow Nightingale until I saw her at that Ring of Honor show as they were just becoming part of AEW a couple of years ago. If someone had said to me there's going to be as pure a babyface as Bayley was back in the day, I'd have said, I don't think that's going to work in modern times. And yet here she is. And like you said, I absolutely adore her. I fell in love with her on like a 30-second promo on that Ring of Honor show, the Supercard that I was at. And I think she's been phenomenal this year, like you say. Me and the Dudleys, ironically, were literally saying yesterday, where the hell's Willow Nightingale? But this explains
she's concussed.
it.
Yeah, she's concussed.
And the thing, obviously, like you say, not just with the varied nature of concussions. Most important thing is the sort of concussion protocol that's been introduced a long time ago within wrestling that safeguards the wrestlers. They only come back when they are ready, and that's the best thing for it. So as much as I would love to see Willow Nightingale back for full gear, I'd rather she gets healthy and comes back when she's good and ready.
Yeah, one of the best feuds of the year with Chris Statler there as well. Incredible match at the pay-per-view. It's just, she rules. So looking forward to seeing her back. I love Willow Nightingale.
Unfortunately, we conclude with another injury update from AEW. Fightful reporting on Sky Blue's injury status. Her outlook isn't, quote, immediately optimistic. It is going to be a while before she is set to return. She had ankle surgery, over the summer. So no confirmed date for when she's going to be back. Again, get well to her and to Willow from all of us here at WhatCulture. But yeah, not looking like she's going to be back this year, probably.
No, sucks. Promising wrestler. I think she's made great strides over the past couple of years. She's had some fun stuff this year with Julia Hart, and they were opponents of Willow and Chris at one point, and we've just spoken about them. We're just speaking about all these really talented people in that division. So yeah, sucks. She's very young. I think she's still in her early 20s, so she's got a long career ahead of her. Once she gets out of this, it's not like she's like at the end of her run.
No, exactly.
This is going to be hugely it's obviously detrimental. Look, it's a serious injury, but. Yeah, I like Sky Blue a lot. I think she has a lot of promise, and best wishes to her in her recovery as well.
Like you say, the good news is, with regards to the recovery, is it's not immediately optimistic, but it's not like completely negative of like, oh, she's in real trouble here. And the good news is, like you say, with the depth that AEW now has in that women's division, they don't have to be like, I know your ankle's a bit, but we really need to rush you back. She can come back when it's fully healed, and like you say, get back to doing the great stuff she's been doing this year.
Definitely.
Or probably it'll be next year, but you know what I mean.
Shout-outs to all the injured wrestlers out there getting well, showing up again soon. Hopefully. I've actually got a little injury update video from Simon Miller ready to publish on the channel. 22 wrestlers injured, ready to return. So I'll be putting that out this week. You should look out for that. But in the meanwhile, thank you for joining us today. Watch this video right here.
Hey, you can see this video, but you can't see the person in the after news later on today. Join us for that.
What? That's because he doesn't work here.
Bye.